Guys, listen, if you want to know a little dirty secret, it's not dirty, it's also not really a secret, but you can get more content from the podcast by heading on over to www.patreon.com/Sly Guy Podcast. You get guest episodes, you get early access to gigs, you get the extra Sly Guy Podcast. You just get a wee bit more interaction with me, with the show, with everything else, and it's well worth it. It's only £2 a month. One of the cheapest Patreons out there, and some of the best shit you get. Because I'm not lazy like a load of other people, right? Just fucking get on there, £2, happy days, links in the bio. What are you waiting for? The Sly Guy Podcast is brought to you in association with Modest Beer. Modest is a beer that they shouldn't have to be modest because they're great. We know it by now, we love them. They've been sponsors of the Sly Guy Podcast from the very first day of the Sly Guy Podcast, and they'll be here till probably we stop being the Sly Guy Podcast and become like the Dave Elliott Show or something, I know. But they're loyal, we're loyal, and if you want to know more about them, go to their website, www.modestbeer.co.uk, where you can subscribe to their brews letter, you can buy their merch, you can find out what beer they have, where it's stocked. All you need to know about Modest on their website, or if you just want to follow them on social media, their handles are simple, @ModestBeer. Guys, the Sly Guy Podcast is having a live soiree. It's going live from the Strand Arts Centre, which, by the way, we had a gig there last week and it was one of the most fun gigs of all time. The Strand is always a killer place. It's a great venue. I love it there, and there's nowhere I'd rather do a live podcast than the Strand Arts Centre. And there's no people I'd rather have as guests on the live podcast than my friends and yours, Aaron Butler and Psychic Glenn. I mean, I don't even know what the night's going to be, how it's going to happen, what's going to go on. It's going to be wild, but you know what it'll be? Not one to miss. And I'm going to maybe put the video on Patreon, but knowing what that little cheeky Pazuzu's like, there's a chance it'll not be able to go anywhere because he'll get me cancelled. But anyway, if you want to be there and see with your eyes firsthand, get your tickets in the link in the bio. It's £20 in, it's bring your own, so you can bring like fucking carry out and have a great time. What a better way to spend an evening than with me, Psychic Glenn, Aaron Butler. Hey, enjoy the podcast.
I'm the Sly Guy.
Hello and welcome to the Sly Guy Podcast. This week I have frequent collaborator and friend of the show, William Billy Thompson, on the podcast. He doesn't go by Billy, but hey, fuck it, let's start calling him Billy. He's on the podcast. We had a great time. It was a bit low energy at the start, but we picked it up. You know, we were chatting about, obviously, the style of the Nazis, which is a lot of fun. We talked about potential celebrity nonces. We talked about wrestling a lot, Wrestlemania. What else do you want? I mean, it was a fun episode. It always is with Willie. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it, even though you don't know, because this is only an introduction to the podcast. I'm talking in circles. I need to wrap it up. I'm tired. This is my podcast with William Thompson. Bill, welcome to the podcast. How are you? Was that low energy? Was that?
Yeah, I thought that was your intro. Just call me Bill.
Yep.
Yeah, don't do that.
You don't like Bill?
That's too old. I don't even like Willie.
Willie? Well,
and everyone calls me that.
Yeah. I mean, what would you just like to be William?
I just like to be Wills.
Straight up, what, Wills?
Wills.
Wills to
With
me
a
is a
Z.
weird thing. Wills.
Oh, that's everyone. All my friends call me Wills. No one in their life has ever called me Willie until I started doing comedy.
That is weird. So, why not? I would just call you William or Billy. You're on my phone as Billy.
I know I'm in your phone as
Billy
Billy,
Thompson,
and I don't
yeah.
like that.
I mean,
You're on my phone is Big Dave Mendoza.
Well,
So-
that's a lot of fun. Do you have a Fat Dog Mendoza picture as my
I do,
picture?
yeah.
I don't even have a picture. No, in fact, I will put a picture on now, and you know what the picture's going to be?
What's it gonna be?
It's going to be that.
What's it gonna?
It's going to be that tiger.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Or it could be that
People
other.
just send me animals with learning difficulties and be like, "This is you."
I mean, is that it? All they say? Just
Pretty much,
This is you, mate. Yeah, I'll see.
Here's
that.
a gorilla on the spectrum. He looks like you.
I've never seen it. Here's the thing. How do they know a gorilla's on the spectrum? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I assume so. Maybe.
Spectrum gorilla.
Yeah.
Sounds like a movie. Like follow up the
Cocaine
Cocaine Bear. Yeah, the Spectrum gorilla.
It's a gorilla, just don't like the colour red. Just goes mental
So
with
that's
it.
what gets it going.
Yeah.
Fucking like a bull.
It's when
Fucking.
gorilla hands start flapping.
See, gorillas are weird, aren't they? Because they run about on their hands on the ground, like on all fours, and that to me, you know, when you get asked weird questions in podcasts, obviously you do Mudblood. I'm sure your listeners are wild.
None are ever as in depth as the behaviour of gorillas. It would be more like, if you're an inch away from your ma's house and a foot away from a gorilla's dick, which way are you going, forward or back?
But what do they want you to do there?
I don't know.
Do they want you to get bummed by a gorilla?
That's the choice. I have to bum my mother or get bummed by a gorilla.
Well, I mean, I think that's podcast listeners are a fucking all bunch, aren't they?
They are. If I get one more, would you rather fight 12 horse-sized ducks or one duck-sized horse?
Sort of.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hate that question.
No, that's a stupid question. It's not original. But what was I saying there before that? Yeah. Someone's like, what superpower could you have? That's one question I got. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Mine would be able to just drop to all fours and run as fast as a dog, like a human
It's
dog.
not a superpower.
It would be.
You can learn to do that.
No, but not so fast.
I think so.
No, not like a greyhound, mate.
I
Not
think
like you couldn't drop to your hands and run at 50 miles an hour.
You couldn't, but I think you could. Someone could train themselves to do
I don't
that.
think so.
People could run faster than a greyhound.
No, they can't.
Usain Bolt can go faster than a greyhound.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, greyhound would beat Usain Bolt easy.
No.
Yes.
No.
Usain Bolt's got 2 legs, like 4.
Yeah. But he's good in the 2 legs. Really quick.
Let's Google it here, and I'm pretty sure the answer is going to be greyhound.
I don't know.
Now, let's see. Who's faster, Usain Bolt or greyhound?
This is the most 4 in the morning after party podcast ever.
Why are we wiped?
We're very low energy going, mate.
Mate.
Usain Bolt, but why don't we just run their hands and legs?
In a 100-metre dash, Bolt motors at 27.78 miles an hour, slightly faster than a typical big athletic dog.
See
But
you?
Uh-huh.
Kiss my hole, I'm right.
But it's nowhere near the top speed of a star greyhound like Shakey, who lives in Australia.
Shaky.
Shakey ran only one race in his career and won it by an astonishing 22 lengths, and he was retired to stud. What a legend is Shakey. Shakey the greyhound.
Jody Robinson can be Usain Bolt.
Here you go. Why is there not a film about Shakey? That is, imagine that.
There's no adversity in him. You know, that's why there's no movie, because the dude's done. He said he's never faced trouble. He's just won everything, and then he's retired to stud.
Yeah.
Which, once I'm done with comedy, if people want to do that with me,
Shakey
Take me away
Jakey.
home.
Shakey Jakey. That's his actual full name. Shakey Jakey stunned the greyhound racing world when he obliterated Punch One Out's previous Wentworth Park track record by 2/10 on his debut. He was retired after that one competitive race. And people are trying to get it. Shaky Spunk's going for $1 million. A cool mill for a load of Shaky Spunk. What a life. Shaky the greyhound.
is he still alive?
I don't know, but I tell you what, I love
Can dogs have heart attacks?
Oh, aye.
Could they break his heart? His shaky, jakey heart?
They could. Look how buzzing Shaky Jakey's owner is.
Oh my god.
Shaky Jakey.
I'd be buzzing too if my dog was spunking millions.
I mean, there you go. That's the name of your new show.
Spunkin'
Millions. Like, look how delighted Shaky Jakey's owner is. That's like me. With kids, he's like, fuck, we're set for life now. And he's like, whatever you do, don't.
Also, those aren't his kids.
No.
Why is he got the McCann twins? Like what?
No, he's bought them because he's got all the money in the world now. He's like an elite now because he's got Shaky Jakey Spunk. One shot of Shaky Jakey Spunk, he buys a kid.
I was about to say I used to own a
tremendous.
greyhound, but that's not true. It was a
What did you
lurcher.
own? A lurcher. Yeah, they're different.
Yeah,
They're
I used to
hor-
always mix them up.
I don't like lurchers.
Why?
I think they're horrible wee things.
Ours was lovely. Lady was a lovely wee dog.
Yeah. Now, by the way, I just realised now, do you find as well people who listen to the podcast have issues? And like they notice things you do way too much?
Yes.
I have no wedding ring on today because I've got a wee ingrown hair right underneath it and it was sore and I've taken it off.
Go ahead,
so I'm not
shagger.
splitting up. Hey, listen, I've got such a fat finger that's embedded in it anyway, so
People who listen to podcasts will give me insecurities I didn't even know I fucking had.
yeah. But then you see them and you go, hey.
Oh yeah. They're like, fuck,
It's
his
alright.
hair's a mess, and they have
yeah,
3 teeth.
that's what I get all the time. My hair's, but you know what? I'm studded, mate. I'm Shaky
Your
Jakey.
hair's never a mess.
I've spunked. You know
Your
what I
hair's
mean?
never long enough to be in a mess.
Exactly, but I have two kids. I've got all my looks. I'm married. I don't need my looks anymore. I can just go in. I can just slowly turn into Paul Heyman happily and with my life. I'm just happy with it. But yeah, Shaky Jakey, there's an experience I didn't know about.
Shaky Jakey.
Like, imagine being.
We should go to the Greyhounds one day.
Have you been before?
Yeah.
It's good fun.
It is.
Like,
It's like going out to the horse racing.
Yeah, going on the pints and just betting.
It's the most enjoyable way to lose a grand ever.
But if you imagine you're the guy, it's like it's just the guy with the dog. You're Shaky Jakey's owner, and he's on the beach. For a start, Slide have a pet dog. What's he called? Shaky Jakey. And he just lets him off on the beach, and off he goes. He's like, he's a bit quick. But then like his wife's probably like, he's a greyhound. He's going to be quick. But he's like, no,
He's really good. Shakey Jakey's got something.
Yeah. But like, why is he called Shakey Jakey? Because he's fucking, maybe that's what it is. He's on gear. He's fucking coked up. And he's like so fat. Oh, cocaine.
Maybe
dog.
he had like dog Parkinson's and he overcame it.
Dog Parkinson's?
Yeah.
That sounds like a character in The Walking Dead. Dog Parkinson's. Like, season 14 will just appear in a tank. Here you am, Dog Parkinson's. And do you know how to shoot that tank? No, because my surname isn't Parkinson's. I just have it, fuck's sake.
It's a series of Dog the Bounty Hunter, but set when he's 80. I'm the dog, the big bad dog. It's just him chasing kids out of his garden.
Or else Dog the Bounty Opener and you just hand him a load of bars of bounty.
That's because I've been on weight recently, and that's one thing that's killing me. Is I love a bounty.
Like bulking, or are you
no,
just chilling?
Being traveling loads, it's hard to eat well.
Here in my bin.
Are you putting a bit? Now, several questions arising here.
Yeah.
Why do you have it? Why is it in your bin?
Why is it torn apart and covered in spunk?
Yeah. It looks like a girl was found murdered wearing this.
You know what? It does, doesn't it? It looks like I am one of those guys, those, canal dweller dudes that just get
Couldn't be
runners.
me. I'm too shaky, but your Kaiser
No,
shows
well,
it.
there was, what do you call that bald guy? He does stand up and he was doing the boxing. Fuck.
Every comedian ever.
No, he's joking. Ian Thompson. I was a wee mug. He brought it to me.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is...
How the fuck did he end up with it?
I don't know. I think he caught it with his teeth when you threw it in the crowd. But I want you to keep it. And the reason why I want you to keep it, because I was going to throw it in the bin, as you saw. But I think you should keep it, because it is quite a memento. And see, whenever you're...
Should get everybody to sign it.
Yep, I think you should. And I think you should just keep it as a... You know why footballers don't get their shirts framed? You should get that, a photo of you in that, get everyone to sign it and put it frame. That'd be fucking great.
Auction it
and you know
off.
what? You could auction it off.
I could auction that.
Next time there is ever a big event like that, you should auction that off. Get it all signed. Get the picture of you in it. I think that'll do really well.
For the next comedians boxing, there's going to be just a video of me taking it out of a trunk.
Yeah.
Like a superhero coming out of retirement.
Yeah. But it's a shame it's ripped a wee bit, so you wouldn't be able to...
Oh, it's ripped because I Hulk Hogan'd it.
Yeah, you know what you should do next year? See if you're getting back into like training all the minute, aren't you?
Yeah.
Imagine you just got a bodybuilding coach and you just cut right down, got all orange.
If I could get back into lockdown shape, I'd be so happy.
I
was the only cunt in the world apparently who got fucking jacked over lockdown.
To China.
The wrestler. Well, can't she's
no, alright, get Psychic Glennon. Get Psychic Glennon.
I can't be in the same room as him.
Psychic Glennon.
Have you discussed this with him?
No, because I was going to do it with you. Because I don't feel it's my place to bring it up until
we're both in the room together.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to do it. You know what? Maybe come on a live podcast at the end of April,
and we can
well, yes, do that. You can be one like guest. That'll be a nice time.
Play the video.
Yes, on the big screen. You know what? Let's make it happen. Oh, you know what? Glenn would love it, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Me less so. Him,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean that's good. It's good to have that actually. And are you glad you found it? What did you think happened to it that night?
I thought someone taken it with them.
Well, yeah, because you threw it in the. This is the sly thing. You threw it in the crowd, and I'm pretty sure a young lady got it, and then somehow Ian got it. So I don't know whether Ian
just kicked the fuck out of him.
Yeah, because Ian was in shape, in middle training and all. He could have just popped there a couple of times and stroked it.
Yeah, and I was in demand that night.
You were all right. Did you find you got a lot of new followers and a lot of new
Yes.
Yeah.
Loads.
No, how many of them were women and how many of them were men?
It's been the highest ratio of women to men.
Oh, why? So see, what do you call that guy? It's really sexy, and everyone's like, he's so fucking sexy.
Shane Todd.
No, Gokwan.
No one's ever called him sexy.
Gokwan always is like, it's all about the confidence, and you were in that outfit and you just rocked it. You had just so much confidence, and I think that's what people thought was so sexy.
Here's what, right? Because I think it was Paddy before. He's like, "Why you you look silly? Why are you going out in that?" And I'm like, "Do you think I look good right now?"
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not funny if I am in great shape and I go out dressed like that. It's not
Paddy
funny.
also looked like a weeble. He's in his fucking trunks up here. He's saying, "You look silly, fuck's sake." His gear was great, but hey, mate, maybe wear it under your less than just under the armpits, mate. Get your nips out at least. You know what I mean? Have it a bit lower. You know, who's that guy that hangs out with Asterix? That's who you look like.
Obelix.
He's
are we doing Asterix the Gall Bunter today?
He's Asterix and Obelix. That's him. Oh, please, somebody mock that picture up. But that's I was Pat. But I mean, I thought you looked good. Like,
It was a good night. I enjoyed it.
you know who I reckon feels really sly now? My previous guest last week, Jordan, because he didn't do it.
Did he mention?
He
about
didn't. But whenever he saw the pink in the bin, I think he was a bit
Something.
like, that could have been me, and then he was
I
sad.
could have done that.
Yeah, and
And I
then
was doing 5 minutes down in Galway.
yeah, but like he could have got some of that sweet female attention.
Where's his accent from? Man?
Jordan is you can't use the correct term anymore, but you can say a traveller. He's been around, so he's accumulated accents
Right.
from across.
I know he lived
the
in
world.
Germany for a bit. But he
He
goes
lived
like,
in
yeah, man,
Canada
I
for a
have
while.
this accent. I lived in Germany. I'm like, okay, that's not a German
Yeah.
accent.
I know.
Could you imagine World War II if that's how they sounded?
Yeah.
Hey, could you just like round up all your Jews for me, man, and just let me know, yeah?
Excuse me, my guy. Are you wearing a star or not? It's like, what? Because the thing
So,
about
I'm going to just take over the Rhineland for a five, if that's okay.
Is I'm just looking to speak to you, Adolf, and like, but like the thing about the Nazis is like looking back on
Heil
them.
Hitler, man.
Yeah, my guy, Hitler's my guy.
Heil
But to
Hitler.
try to because here's the thing. Now, I think it's this isn't controversial at all to say, but I think, listen, the Nazis went a wee bit too far with some of the things they did. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's fair.
sometimes
to say
your trains can be too efficient.
yeah, you know what? Listen, however,
Good motorways, though.
throughout history, the autobahns.
10 out of 10.
But throughout history, I think we kind of look back on the Nazis as maybe now, how many years later, maybe 90 or something.
At least 4.
They're a wee bit. You can have a wee bit of banter about them, can't you? You're like, oh, what are they like? And that's because the voice of the Nazis has become quite funny. So if you do a Nazi voice, you're like, "Yo, son of the Nazis." What's
But
up?
everyone does that for a German
Yeah.
voice. The Nazis certainly weren't that camp.
Yeah.
Hitler was not up there being like, we need to take Czechoslovakia, they have the best shops.
Oh, such a great idea. Yes, you know. And then, like, if they put one extra person on the train, they shouldn't have. Oops, an extra one. How silly
Oh,
of me.
going, you're too fat to
Yeah.
fit in your plane, you silly
Yes.
Billy.
It's like, we'll get you next time, Mister Poop. You know, it's like, but I think like accent, like they'd be scary, all the Nazis. I think I wouldn't have liked to being there.
Yeah, no, they were quite frightening.
Mm-hmm.
That
But-
was kind of their thing.
But you know what? The weirdest thing I always think about those guys is at some point somebody would have made a suggestion, and the other guy should have been like, "Nah, I don't." Dietmar, I think you've gone too far.
With
You know,
what?
he's like, what we could do is we could make an massive extermination camp for all these other races that we don't like. What do you think about that? And be like,
Arnold Schwarzenegger, how did you get in here?
no, come on, we got to get the Jews now and the gypsies, come on.
Just walking in the camp, you ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah, you son of a bitch.
Here's the thing, though, and this is a serious history talk.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-Semitism was rife in Europe around that time.
Mm-hmm.
So the misconception is a lot of the Allies were like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, we don't like how they're treating their Jews. We need to stop them." They didn't
Right.
give a fuck.
Who the?
The Allies, they didn't really
Yeah.
care. Churchill was a noted anti-Semite.
You know, he doesn't like.
Many people.
He's an Aryan fan too. Like that's the part of the Nazis he was down with.
Yeah.
It was the stroke and all the other.
People were like,
fucking
yeah, they're saying white people
Sally
before
states,
everything,
yeah.
and he was like,
He's like, I'm not too fond of those Indians either, to be honest.
the thing I find fascinating about Churchill, though, when he did that big speech where he's like, we will fight them on the beaches
Yeah.
in the Battle of Britain, and he was being like, we'll knock their fucking behind the scenes shitting himself
I mean, but you would though,
because
wouldn't you?
he was being like, they fucking flattened France in
Yeah.
weeks. We don't have the defenses France have.
Yeah.
If they get here, we are fucked. And it just so happened the weather was really bad. That's the only reason the Nazis didn't get to invade.
Because like I used to go on holidays to a real Nazi stronghold every single summer. I went to the Channel Islands, went to Jersey,
Right?
and that was where that was occupied by the
You're gonna say
Nazis.
Dublin.
I spent it in Jersey, and like there's a lot of like Nazi shit there. You know, they had the German underground hospital was a really like.
Sounds like a rave club.
Yes,
Coming to the underground hospital.
Yeah, I mean, but it was cool to see because that was the closest those guys got to invading Britain was the Channel Islands.
Yeah.
And like the German underground hospital, I tell you what.
Isn't that mental? Like the only reason they didn't cross the channel is because the waves were too choppy and they couldn't do it.
Yeah, because I mean, look what happened to fucking all those channel swimmers. It's not easy. You see, whenever you get the wee fucking forms out.
David Williams did what the Nazis couldn't.
Yeah,
He's
I know David
swam
Williams. They've rebranded it now because obviously there's a nightclub open, but it's known as the Jersey War Tunnels. But it was called
again for a Nazi stronghold.
Yeah,
that's in poor
But I mean, that
taste.
was it. So you go in there, it was just like literally this underground hospital. It was fucking class. And then obviously all these war tunnels underneath. It was great.
I
Like, it was a
thought
real
you meant
good-
that genuinely as a club called the War Tunnels.
No,
That's why I was
no.
like, that's in poor taste.
Yes, welcome to the war tunnels.
Yeah.
Have you ever been, actually, speaking of that? Because it's something I want to go to Berlin or Munich. I'm going there for my 40th.
Yeah.
We're going to the beer festival. Me and all my schoolmates. We're going to go to the Munich Oktoberfest.
Are you going to go dressed in like the little
Of course, you
leader,
fucking
in the
am.
lederhosen?
No, I'm going to go dressed as Goebbels. Or no, Goering.
Goering,
that's what it
you'd
made,
be
doesn't it?
Goering, yeah.
I'd be Goering in the old, in the Hugo Boss, in the white Hugo Boss leather. Yeah. But,
Did you ever see in the trials, the Nuremberg trials, when they tried all the Nazis?
yes.
And you had Goering and... Goering and...
Goebbels? No, didn't Goebbels top himself, wee rat?
No, was that not Rimmler? Who was it? Himmler?
It was, no, Himmler. Oh,
One of them, it was being tried.
yeah.
There was a group of them. Heydrich killed himself. Heydrich definitely killed himself,
Yeah.
the leader of the SS.
Yes.
But there was a group
Henrik,
that hadn't.
Yeah, no, who was there was a cute guy, Rudolf Hess. He was
Hess.
in the trials, wasn't he?
Yes.
He was cute.
And in that, most of the Nazi leadership were going, no, we didn't, we were following orders,
Yeah.
we were fighting for our lives. Fucking Goring stuck to his guns and
Yeah.
just mid-trial was up there going, fuck yous,
Yeah.
up Hitler, go fuck, and everyone else was going, you need to sit down.
Yeah.
I don't think you realise how fucked we are. And he was just going, nah, up
Yeah.
Hitler, fuck it, Jews.
Isolate that shit.
Fruits.
Isolate that. Yeah, but like, I mean, see if you are a Nazi, right? You gotta just be like, listen,
Yeah.
I fucked up there, didn't
I mean, imagine if all the comedy guys ended up on trial for something.
Yeah.
That'd be Paddy. We'd
Yeah.
all be going, Paddy, you need to like be
Knock
quiet
him
here. And
head.
he'd be like, fuck that cunt, I'll fucking
Yeah.
do his knees.
where's he live? I'll be round his door. And you'd
Yeah.
be like, no, Paddy, you're not getting out.
It's like when we had that argument about the why is there no female comics, and I thought that some of us were putting forward good points.
Yeah.
Thought me and Shane were going, there's not enough quality, we could have more.
Yeah.
Just ask for spots, we'll give you them. And then Paddy was like, you're a fucking ugly cunt anyway. Who the fuck's asking? We were mentioning, being like, you need to stop because you're not helping.
I know, but hold on. I'm just looking for Hermann Goering's fashion. Like, you know what? I mean, say what you want about the man's behaviour. Pretty slick, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, look at the wee black gloves.
I know. Like, I mean, I want to wear that. I'm gonna wear that in my next show. The Goering
Like
outfit.
Idi Amin.
I know.
Like a white Idi Amin.
Idi Amin. Idi Amin's another bit of a harsh bastard, isn't he?
How did Goering get so fat?
Listen, living his best life. I mean, tell me that's not a bit cute. He's a wee bit flirty there.
He was the head of propaganda when he made movies and stuff.
Oh, I'm
Was
sure he
his name
did. I'm pretty sure he made some movies. Blue. I mean, there's a man there. Like, he's casual in the trial, isn't he? Like, there's a man. He's like,
in that trial, look up his behaviour in the trial. He's hilarious.
he's great.
He's a fucking goose.
I mean,
stepping around the
are we
corner.
the only people who you reckon have had great eye banter about Hermann Goering?
I don't know.
I mean, tell you what, I'm gonna say it now. I think Hermann Goering's a closeted gay man
I don't know.
because look, that's his missus. I mean, come on. Why does she look like Patrick Kilton? Exactly. Oh man, there's no way he truly fancies her, is there?
PK Reich.
There you go. I like his fashion.
This is why I
don't like him as a man, but I like his style.
This is why I liked history class, though.
Yeah.
You could have banter. You'd have a really serious moment. And always throughout history, something funny happens. And you're like,
Yeah.
why the fuck did he do that?
My first day in, was it lower sixth or upper sixth politics, we were told to have a debate with each other about like a policy if you were to run. And I was told by my politics teacher that you have to be horrible, harsh, right wing, go. And then someone brought up a button that said if you press that button you'll destroy, like from the Eastern Bloc on. I was like, yeah, of course I would.
Yeah.
And like, why? And I was like, listen, I think what you should do is put anybody with any disabilities in a cage. And they're like, what would you do? And I was like, have the potential to incinerate it, kill all other races, and like, and then
Fuck, you went full heel.
oh yeah,
You went
and then,
into this.
But I mean, if you're going to be doing it, you have to go all out. And then one of the girls in my class were like, my brother's disabled. You try and tell me you put him in a cage? I'd be
To the
like,
cages with him.
and I went, I'm throw away the key, you know. And she was like, but he's got this and that. And I was like, Well, and
He's going to be hard to get in the cage, but we'll get him there.
Yeah, but you know what? I was full MJF. You know, like, I was just in character, and I wasn't. I got kept behind by the teacher, and he was like, "That was some of the most abhorrent vitriol I've ever heard in my life." And I was like, "Well, you told me. Like, are you trying to tell me all of a sudden, oh, Hitler was a wee bit more sound than me? Don't think so." I was like, all I did was take some of the things he did and upgrade it a bit.
See, if you became a dictator, I don't believe you would do anything evil. I believe you just lie on like a big long bench with a cushion on it, eating grapes.
You know what? I like grapes a lot. It would have to be Marks and Spencer's grapes. I know what way I like to eat them instead of being on a punnet, because that's just annoying. I like them. I would have people peel them off the punnets and put them in a wee cup, and I would just eat them from a cup. But there would be some people who I feel like I would have to. I don't think I would do like a big genocide or anything, but I think I would definitely deal with people a wee bit harsher than.
Why has there never been a porn star called Genocide?
She would be all tattooed and all, wouldn't she? She's tattoos
like
on her face, black hair, like a real emo.
Yeah.
Genocide. Yeah, there we go. Pitch it.
Make her exist.
Yeah. But I wonder if there is. If you went on Pornhub now, and in fact, you'd probably be arrested.
I'm not looking up genocide porn.
If you went on to Pornhub and
I'm not doing that. I'm not putting that in my history.
Yeah, I'm not going to look that up.
Imagine the ads you'd get on Facebook.
Fuck, you imagine.
Sexy singles looking murdered in your area.
I know. But remember that guy that had the dick? Herman Myers or Muse, maybe?
No.
Right, there was a German guy called Herman Muse, right? And he advertised in a newspaper that he was like, I'm looking for a sexual partner to have sex with and eat. Not out, just straight up eat. And this guy responded and was like, yeah, we'll cook up my penis together.
I do know this.
And this guy came around to the house, they had a few drinks, cut the guy's dick off, put it in the pan with some garlic, and then ate it. And the guy was like, here mate, I don't feel too good. He's like, why is that? And he was like, you've cut my dick off, and the blood's just, and he bled out in his bath. Let me just think of the actual story.
Imagine the guy bleeding out and he's like, do you want to hop in the bath there, for fuck's sake, I've just done these floors.
I know, but imagine like being the guy, it's like, that might be alright, and then going, Shane's the kind of guy who would be like, I'm sure you could, I'd bring you cut my dick off, grand. You'd be like, no, you couldn't, you would bleed out, and you'd be like, no, I'm pretty sure it would stop.
Could you imagine being that guy's neighbour and being like, yo, did you see Herman Muse was on the news?
Herman Muse, yeah, you see.
They do, ate a cock.
Is it Myers? Herman Myers? Who's Herman Myers? Oh, he's an American dude, but not Herman Muse. Herman Myers. If any Herman Myers out there, me. This is the podcast content that people want.
This has been me watching you go on your phone looking up photos of Goering.
Yeah, I mean,
you brought me here for this.
Victim of cannibal agreed to be eaten. All right, so Armin Muse, not Herman. Sorry, that's the mistake. Right. Armin Muse. We'll call him Muse for the sake of story. This is a shit nickname. He's known as the Rottenburg Cannibal. He killed and ate a willing victim named Burnt Brands.
A willy victim?
Yeah. A willing, not a willy victim. It could have been a willy victim. Before storing the leftovers for 20 months in a hidden freezer.
How big's this dude's cock?
I mean,
my dick, if anything, is a starter.
Yeah.
If you're eating it.
This guy's dick is a meal over several months.
My dick's something for the table while you're waiting for the food to
come. His dick's like, you eat it all. It's like a broccoli. You know, you get the very end of the broccoli. That's just the last of his dick.
How big's your cock where the guy's going, I need Tupperware for this?
Listen, it's like meal prep. It's like, it's a big piece.
What's the protein content in the cock?
It only happened in 2001, so that's only, 22 years ago?
Fuck, 22. Do you ever meet kids now and you're like, how old are you? And they're like 19. I was like, when were you born? They're like 2004. You're like, get the fuck.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
The year of Akon's rise is when you were born. Get out of my face.
Yeah, this box. I was born in 1986, man. That's a long time ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
1986.
Northern Ireland won a World Cup that year. That's how long ago you were born.
But tell you what, not an ugly fella.
He does look like he'd eat a dick, though.
Yeah, I mean, and he did. You know that old saying, maybe that's what it is. He's listening to too much gangster rap, and he's like, yeah, maybe I should eat a dick. Yeah, that sounds a good idea. Sounds, you schmeck me good. That's dick, it's so great.
Did he season it? How do you cook?
Oh, I cooked it with garlic. When his mother died...
Works with everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, garlic.
Bolognese, chicken.
Yeah, I mean...
Cock.
Bolognese. When his mum died, again, this is the problem. His mum died, and he was like, "Oh no, my pure mutter, I miss meine Mutter." And he's like, "What can I do now? Only thing to get me over this grief is eating cock." So, I mean, this is what I like about him. He asked for a young, well-built man who wanted to be eaten. I think the guy meant rimmed. So the guy reading it's like, oh, I'm pretty well built. I like to have my ass. I like to have my salad tossed. Yeah, let's eat it.
I'm up for no things. I'll try it. Imagine, he's like well built. Imagine answering that advert and he's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not eating an ugly man's dick.
I know, but I mean, you would, like, if you're going to eat a dick, you want it to be a glorious dick, like, don't you?
I don't know. I've never eaten a dick in that sense. So
but have you ever been tempted? Has there ever been a time you feel like, I wouldn't mind?
I've never sat down in a restaurant, open up a menu and been like, oh, steak looks good, burger. So do you guys have any cock on the menu that I can...
Oh, is you a French? And you'd be like, no, mate. Cock au vin, a dick with some fucking buckfast poured over it, bring it to me
just
now.
sucking off a guy in the back of a van. Cock au vin.
Why is it not pouring at that?
Sucking off Van Morrison.
Genocide featuring the Cock au vin series.
I'm Johnny Mantinko and this is Cock au vin. What's the guy? Johnny Marino?
Oh, Johnny Marino, yeah, and just Mandingo's another guy altogether who's just a very large penis. A large penis.
I mean, you always end up talking about porn. We need to stop.
I know, but we love it. So, listen, some of the quotes from a guy who's eating another guy's dick, it's very enjoyable. So yeah, Brands took 20 sleeping pills to numb the pain of the amputation. It's not an amputation.
It is not.
You're having your dick cut off.
That's an amputation.
No, amputation is being done under like correct circumstances. You just cut your dick off.
Anything getting cut off is an amputation.
Well, I don't agree.
Well, it doesn't matter if you agree or not.
I don't.
It is that.
Nope.
Yes.
It's cutting the dick off. Like if a doctor, you're in the doctor's like, listen, I'm going to amputate your leg because there's like you're having. I don't know.
I came in here because I have trouble with my eyes. Why you cut my legs off?
You've got shingles, mate. Cutting your knees off.
What are shingles?
It's like pain on your nervous receptors, I think, and like you get in your feet, it's like pins and needles.
Why'd you turn into the Godfather?
You know, it's like
there's a pain inside your nerve receptors.
But
they talk
do you want to hear another big injury that's called, like, again, Catherine works in trauma, and then also goes to the hospital to work. No, she works in like bone injuries and breaks and stuff. I know, yeah, that's what I was sort of half joking that she abuses me, but then I realised I came across like, who am I, Chris Brown? But no, she said to me that a lot of injuries you don't realise happen are people getting up off the toilet, sitting too long, getting pins and needles in their legs, and then walking with pins and needles, and then just breaking stuff.
I get that. TikTok's really bad for that.
What?
Sitting on the toilet.
I thought you meant there were people, because I mean, I've seen trends on TikTok of people like filing their teeth and all. These kids being like, "This is a mad trend, viral." Any wonder the Chinese are going, "Ha ha."
That's Herman. This is a mad trend. Give me your chopper.
I think I would rather eat a guy's dick, than file my own teeth. I think that's. But yeah,
have you seen the story going around social media at the minute? I don't know if it's true or not.
What's it on?
It's like going around Snapchat.
So if Paddy told it to you, I would believe him.
No. It's like WhatsApp and stuff.
What do they do?
Apparently, there was a group of guys in the Holy Lands did a load of acid, and they were out in the street, and they thought goblins were chasing them. So
loads of Kieran Bartlett fans.
Yeah, loads of Kieries. Yeah. So apparently, they snatched one up, and
a goblin.
Yeah, what they thought was a goblin, and like hid it in their cupboard. And then the next day they had a knock on the door and it was the Peelers. And they went in, searched the house, and they just found a wee Romanian boy in their cupboard.
Really?
Because apparently
yeah,
they were tripping on acid, thought he was a goblin.
I don't believe that.
I want it to be true.
Yeah, I mean, and I would also like them to be kicked out of university and have their lives ruined.
Why?
For kidnapping a child?
Fucking cancel culture. You can't have fun anymore.
I mean, I listen.
What do you want them to do? Let the goblins get them?
I'm all for a bit of banter, but I draw the line at child kidnap. All right.
Well, that's your fault for being like having kids that are goblin looking. Do you know what I mean?
True. No. If I would like it to come out there like, no, it's racist. It wasn't a Romanian. It's just a normal local.
Yeah.
That'll be more fun.
And then it's fine.
There's the start of your film. It's actually a local paramilitary's kid, and you're like, oh no, these kids tripping out now that
I'm stolen this guy, and they have to keep the kids because they don't want to, but they're like, fuck, we can't let anyone know we have them.
True.
Sort of like a dark comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Lady Killers.
Well, do you want to hear what Armin Mai said about the first bite of cock?
We're still on this, okay?
Yep. He said, do you want me to do it in German voice or just my normal voice?
Let's do German voice.
The first bite was, of course, very strange. It was a feeling that I can't really describe. I spent over 40 years longing to eat the penis, dreaming about it, and now I was getting the feeling that I was actually achieving this perfect inner connection through his flesh. And the flesh tastes a lot like pork, only stronger. So yeah, he had the cock.
So it sounds nice.
Yeah, I mean it does sound.
Would you have salt and chili cock, salt and willy?
Salt and willy chicken, yeah, salt and willy dickin. I feel like it would taste a lot like a South African sausage. I would imagine, you know, like one of those wee round ones you barbecue up. That are like a wee.
Never had South African sausage, you know.
No, I actually got Shane bought me 2 South African sausages for Christmas, which is a most random gift.
What?
But I went
never
home.
in my life have I ever heard you be like, guys, I would love some South African sausage.
No, but
imagine
listen,
we misunderstood it. You just wanted spit roasted by 2 South African guys.
I know. I mean, or imagine I just genuinely wanted a nice, tasty sausage, and he arranged the latter.
Oh, you're David.
You don't do here. Do you want to see my duck? I'd be like, well, unless you're going to barbecue it, I'm going to eat it. No, I don't.
It tastes like pork.
It's only stronger. And speaking of, we're stronger than you, so shut up.
How can you do such a good South African?
I don't know. It's not
Did you
bad,
watch
is it?
Invictus?
Invictus, yes, I did. What? No, is Invictus about the games or was it about the rugby?
It's about rugby.
Was it called Invictus?
Yeah. It's Nelson Mandela is Morgan Freeman. Sorry, Morgan Freeman is Nelson Mandela. I really misunderstood that. I got that wrong.
I love that. Nelson Mandela is Morgan Freeman. What's something more? Give me a famous Morgan Freeman line.
I remember the first time I saw Andy Dufresne.
Hold on.
I remember the first time I saw Andy Dufresne.
Is that Papa Lazarus?
Hello, Andy.
Oh, nice. But Nelson Mandela's voice was so croaky and like weird.
Yeah, not Papa Lazarus. He wasn't going about stealing. Oh, well, he was, but I was going to say he wasn't going about stealing wives.
Yeah. Oh, listen. There's a man that loved the lay pipe.
Didn't
And
he?
Nelson Mandela. Yeah.
One of my favourite jokes in The Office is he gets a text from Finch
Uh-huh.
and he goes, "What's long black?" and slides down Nelson's column. Winnie Mandela.
Chris Finch, what a guy.
I love the character. He's such a root. I love that character.
The Office is so funny.
We were talking about it earlier, though. We were talking about extras. I'll put this to you. Extras is the best thing Ricky Gervais has ever done.
Oh, mate, Extras is 10 out of 10.
The Office gets all the love.
Yeah.
Extras is better.
I think funnier. Yeah. I think Extras is so funny in some parts.
Yeah. Now, it's like, I can see why it wasn't adapted around the world. You could literally only do it in Britain.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, maybe, like, we were talking about the... Oh, who was that we were talking about earlier? Which one? I can't remember his name.
Goring?
No, not Goring. Goring and Extras.
Patrick Stewart?
No, Patrick Stewart. That episode, I think that's one of the most I've ever laughed at anything ever. It was so funny.
That really makes it funnier to me. Patrick Stewart's gay.
Mm-hmm.
So that just makes it...
Yeah.
The lady comes along on the bike and then her clothes fall off.
Is Patrick Stewart gay?
Yeah.
In what way?
I think he fucks, man.
Right, see, I think it's the other guy that fucks, man.
Ian McKellen?
Yeah.
I think they both fuck, man.
Oh, it'd be good, because then they're Magneto, and what's the other guy called?
Professor Shags.
Yeah, Professor Sex.
That's why he's in the wheelchair, man. His arse is round. I
nearly used a slur there that rhymes with mag. I was going to say, instead of Magneto, I was going to say something that rhymes with that, Edo, but I'm glad I didn't.
Professor Shags. We need to write this.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably
Wolverine
next.
just has loads of wee dildos come out of his claws.
It makes this noise. But the thing about that is they don't always come out hard. So he's like, oh, for fuck's sake, give us a wee second. Come on. Wolverine.
Hey, bub.
I know he's so horrible. And the Beast is just the yeast. And he's just this too tight a thong.
Toad is chewed.
Oh, yeah. Name some other X-Men. We'll go through them.
Cyclops.
Oh, he's just all it is just a dick. It's just a
Not
dick
out of his
with
head.
Yeah.
Takes off his glasses. It's just one big
no.
Mistake, fistic.
I mean, what I'm going to say is Patrick Stewart's got a full wife. But I mean,
I thought he was gay.
He could be. No, that's his wife there. Pretty tasty.
Hey, pretty
lady.
young.
Hey.
How old is she?
Oh, 44, mate.
Oh, hey. Patrick Stewart, go to jail.
But I think he sort of got hooked up with her whenever he...
Stop sucking dicks.
Yeah, whenever...
Where did I get the idea that Patrick... I've all my life thought he was gay. I think I've just looked down and went, that's a gay man.
Yeah,
right there.
I mean, he looks like Ian McKellen, and Ian McKellen's a well-known gay
Does
man.
not look like Ian McKellen at all.
He's old and white.
Yeah, that is literally it. So that's like saying Morgan Freeman looks like Trevor McDonald. There's a biopic.
I mean, he absolutely fucking does.
There's a biopic I want to see. Morgan Freeman is Trevor McDonald.
Is Trev dead?
No?
I hope not.
Is he?
He
That's
could.
just Paul O'Grady.
I think so. Oh, don't even, mate.
Paul
That
O'Grady.
made me so sad. Oh, I've got the giggles now. See if Trevor McDonald's dead, is he? Is
I
he?
don't know. Look it up. My phone's in airplane mode.
Trevor McDonald. No, I've just been flying. Never been on my phone more on a podcast.
I know. You literally have came in. You've just been on your phone.
Yeah, because what's happened is because literally I have taken my wedding ring off and I'm on Tinder. No, he's alive. Fuck's sake, 83 for a
Good
him.
man. He's the best newsreader ever.
Yeah,
I'll put that out there. I think he's the best.
he's probably one of the most iconic, isn't he?
Who's the one I hate? Is it the guy for Channel 4, Kristen
Oh, Christian Guru Murphy.
Wanker?
Yeah.
Any interview he has, he's just like the most irritating.
You know
prick.
who's a bit of a wanker too? Martin Bashir. He was sly, wasn't he?
On old Wacko Jacko.
Yeah, Wacko, and then Diana he was mean to as well.
He was mean to
Yeah.
Diana. What
But hey, all I'm going to say is this now. This may split the room. But where's Wacko Jacko now?
dead.
Where's Diana now?
Dead.
Don't fuck with Bashir.
Bashir.
Yeah.
Bashir, you're heading.
Exactly. I love it. I want to go back to the X-Men because again that would be a lot of fun. Any other one?
Pulverine.
Oh yeah, Pulverine. Just wanks guys.
Fistake.
What are other proper names? Like what are they known as? Are there a list of X-Men we'll go for?
Yeah, there's Mistake. I can name you them. There's Mistake, there's Toad, Iceman, Rogue,
Of X-Men.
Cyclops, Storm.
Storm would be porn, wouldn't she?
Who's the big metal guy? I keep thinking it's Casillas, but he's a goalkeeper in Spain.
Yeah. There was one called Kitty Pride.
Kitty Pryde, yeah.
Wow.
Sounds like a lesbian.
Havoc.
Havoc,
Is that
yeah.
the big helmet dude?
No, he shoots. That's Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, right? Okay.
Havoc shoots lasers
well,
from his
Quicksilver would be Dick Silver. Blob would just be a lump of jizz.
Blob.
Polaris would just be Polaris.
I've never heard of Polaris.
Yeah, Polaris. Banshee.
Yeah, he has a really loud voice.
Bishop, just a nonce.
Manshi.
Well, Jubilee would just be Jubilees. You have her.
Jubilee's bar she like made fireworks. Gambit. Rambit.
Rambit up your hole.
Rammet.
Yeah. Psylocke. Is that one?
Psylocke, yeah.
Psycock. She's just, I don't know what a Psy is.
I think he had psychic ability, like he could lock people in place.
Nice. So he's like a seatbelt. It's the human seatbelt. You'll go
No,
nowhere.
but like he'd freeze you with his mind.
Right, okay, and then pull your bags down.
No, he was just teabagging all the enemies.
Like, do you remember that TV show on CITV or BBC was like called Bernard's Watch?
Bernard's Watch, not Bernard.
Well, no, Bernard.
Bernard's Watch.
Yeah.
I remember me and my friends we were discussing that. He's like, "Oh, what would you do if you had Bernard's Watch?" I was like, "Go to a bank, get loads of money," and then someone's like, "Go in the shop and get loads of sweets." And I was like, "I just go around pinning down girls' skirts," and we were like, "You've immediately went to sexual assault."
Yeah, for me at the time, now this is bear in mind, back in those days, like in the days,
It's just a bit of good fun.
it was just a bit of harmless fun, but I would have got every tit out. Every tit out with Bernard's Watch. Now, I may have put it back, but for a period of time,
You
it'd be
wouldn't have
like,
put it back.
no. But I mean, what you could do would be like you could put people in funny situations and then watch it happen again.
Oh, funny situations like you've got your ball bag in their mouth.
Correct. You just do teabagging, and it would always be at the time because I would have been like probably first year or something. I would have always got like a guy I didn't like and a teacher I didn't like, and then put the guy I didn't like's ball bag in the teacher's face, and that would be kind of what I'm at. You know, it'd always be that, and then it'd always be coming back to the room, and it'd be like, "Oh no, what's he doing?"
Would you want Bernard's? If I went to here's Bernard's Watch, would you take it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course I would.
I don't know if I'd be trusted with that kind of power.
No, I mean,
might abuse it.
but it's one of those things I don't think I would always use it.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
When would you use it? When are there times you're like you wish you'd Bernard's Watch?
If there was like I could like take lots of money. Always if it was like needed dough or something, I'd do that. Or if I need to mug somebody off,
Right.
get Bernard's Watch.
Okay.
You know, I'd definitely do that. But then again, the
What do you
problem,
mean mug someone off?
like say if someone, if I
You've taken a very green street approach to
if I
Bernard's
wanted to,
Watch.
if I wanted to mug someone off, no,
Yeah.
if I wanted to get vengeance on them,
What's that? Football factory?
yeah,
You've made me look a right mug, you Wally. How about I take you outside and dust you up right now, you chumble bum.
But here's the thing:
Stumble bum, what's it called?
see if you've Bernard's Watch, right?
You stumble bum.
Traffic stopped.
Yeah.
So say now I pause you and say I really hated you and I want to mug you off. I want to bring you somewhere and leave you. I'd have to drive there, but all the roads would be like have cars in the way and all.
Yeah.
So we'd be in the hole.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going back to just getting a tit out.
You take one of my tits out?
No, I would like you told me earlier that you would really like to see Holly Willoughby entirely naked swimming in the pool, and I thought, yeah, I could do that for you.
Never mentioned the pool.
Well, you just would like to see her fully naked someday as a treat, as a wee treat for yourself. Yeah. So I think maybe for a treat, what I could do is, but again, I can't fly a plane.
Joe, I don't even think I want to see her naked. I think I just want her a hug.
Well, then what I could do, then here's the thing: she's obviously over in England. How am I going to get you across the channel?
Just tell Philip about me. He'll invite me over.
Yeah, true.
Show
but then,
Philip
but I've hit Bernard's watch, mate. So that's what we'll do. We'll go. I'll not tell you about Bernard's watch. We'll go over to London or something, and then I'll do it from there.
How terrifying would it be? We use Bernard's watch, right? But Philip's immune to it.
Oh, because he's got one
and
too.
And then he just goes crazy with it.
I mean, I'd be safe. You know, I'm not his remit. You know,
you'd be fine. Yeah.
Even you're too old for old.
I might shave.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And then he'll come for me, like literally
on you. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. So like, that guy you're dating's very young. I'm gay.
Yeah. Sorry, that's not how it works.
I love the Kevin Spacey defense. You're accused of several years of violent sexual misconduct. Guys, you've got me. I'm into the Pet Shop Boys. I am.
Listen,
I
say what
like
you want
bums.
about me, but I am gay. So.
You're accused of cutting a man's cock off and eating it. Hey, I'm gay.
Call a spade a spade. Say what you want about me. Gay guy.
What's been your favourite celebrity getting off with an abhorrent crime? I do like the Bruce / Caitlyn Jenner method.
I mean, I feel like
of killing a woman and then going, "Hey, I'm brave."
Yeah. What have you done today? Yeah, that one's. I mean, I think that's a real elite problem. That one, you know, it's like that's just gross. That,
Caitlyn Jenner, someone who's like, there was that month everyone's like, "You're stunning and brave," and then since everyone's like, "Still a wanker, just without a dick."
Yeah, I mean, what a great name! Like that would be a song from like the Verve in the 90s, "Wanker Without a Dick." You know? But I feel like probably like, you know what I do find a bit weird now. Speaking of bravery and stuff,
Symphony? Sorry, go on.
The perv, but
fucky man.
You know what? I don't know if
sucky man.
Yeah, I don't. The drugs do work, and they're poppers. I think
if he's gay, the jugs don't work.
Yes, they just make me soft, and I need to eat a cock again.
I'll see your balls again.
But I don't know. There's no real celebrity thing that's got away that I've gone, oh, good. You know, that's great. Thank God they got away with that. Because then you're like, did they really, or have they just dodged justice? Like Michael. Michael's done some weird stuff, whether it was sexual, I don't know.
I can't get the jugs don't work out of my head.
Yeah.
All this blocking up your hole.
With sprunk.
Michael, did he get away with it? I mean, he never did jail time, but he never escaped that. He very much, people went, I kind of know he's a nonce, but also Dirty Diana. They were fine with it.
But I sort of feel like if you pay somebody off, there's something there. You know what I mean? It's like if they're like, listen, he's innocent, but he gave him 5 million.
I'll play pedo's advocate, right? Say that there's someone slandering you that much, it is cheaper to pay them off than that court case to go on and on and on.
Yeah.
Because the longer it goes on, the more people will say it.
Yeah.
Look at the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp stuff. The more that went on, the more people were slapping about Amber Heard.
But I also feel like that case, they're both just fucking...
What they were was
bastards.
the couple that you didn't want to go out with for drinks.
Yeah.
Because 2 drinks in, she's going, he's out there fucking taking coke and all. He's like, she's fucking mental and dancing with
You know what he should have done? Right, you be her, you be Amber Heard, get at me, and I'll be Johnny Depp.
You're a fucking waster.
Give me more, but you're out there doing coke and all.
You're a fucking waster. You're out there doing coke. You're out there partying. You're a disgrace.
I am gay. And she'd be alright in that case.
Yeah.
You know? But then the thing I don't get to is like, I hate that like it's been shown that he is not a great person, but they're like, oh, she's the worst because he did those. He's Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, they just strike me as just a couple that was toxic for each other.
Yeah, and you know what though? I don't think we should cancel her either because I think people need to work too. You know what I mean?
My dog stepped on a bee.
Pardon?
That's one. She starts fake crying in the corner. She's like, my dog stepped on a bee, and then goes.
Yeah, but she's also like you know what? The Rum Diary is such a beautiful film where the two of them met, and you're like, that's such a real, well shot, nice film. It's sad that it turned out like that.
I don't think she should be cancelled either.
The Bum
But
Diary.
part of me is also like, well, you put great effort into getting him cancelled.
Yeah, but I mean,
Then are you not reaping what you sow a little bit?
But I think what would be great would be if she was allowed to just go back to films, he was allowed to go back to films, but people just had banter with them about it.
I want them to be in a remake of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh yeah, that would work
Just
well.
violent as fuck.
But can you imagine you're like at one of the the production team on the set that she's just on, and they're like, "Oh, there's your trailer, Amber. Don't be shating on the fucking bed now. Fuck, say you." Be like, "Here, she's the one that shakes in the bed. Mickey, fucking keep an eye on her, dirty bastard." Like, fuck.
Put some newspapers down, not dirty bitches.
She'll be like, "Oh no, am I ever going over this?" She'll be like, "What is the context of her shitting in the bed though? Did she do it on purpose, or
she was drinking
accident?
with her friends? And
Oh, of
thought it'd
course.
be funny to shit in his bed, and sent him a photo of it, and then said it was one of the dogs.
Yeah,
And then there's a moment in court. He's like, "That is not a dog shit.
yeah."
That's a human dump." Like,
Yeah. And she should just looked him in the eye and went, "I'm gay." Oh dear, why do we go down? What are we fucking talking about?
oh, we're talking about Goring initially.
Yeah, Goering, and now we've ended up talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And
Don't know what's the.
Shine on
Is
his
there
head.
anything salacious? There's no salacious news about, is there?
about celebrities who, you know who the guy who got away with the most? James Savile. Like, he just got to die.
Oh, he got away with everything, but I think he was the kingpin of like a big ring. A massive ring.
Yeah, and it's a massive ring because he fucking obliterated it.
Never see so many interviews when he comes on, everyone literally kisses his hand.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing about him. He looks like a full nonce.
He does
Like-
look, and do you know why that is?
Because he is a full nonce.
There is a story, and it's not funny. It's absolutely not funny.
Okay,
The
well,
image-
the fact you say it's not
It's
funny to me,
don't-
I feel like
and
I'm
don't-
giggling.
and don't-
I feel like I'm giggling.
And don't laugh, right? Because
Try not to.
it's very traumatic. But there's a person who, she was in a hospital. She was like a teenager. She said it was on like the ground floor, her ward, and the window was open. And at 2 a.m, Jimmy Savile just jumped in the window and started kissing one of the other patients. Now it's not funny, David.
No,
But the image of just sitting there 2 a.m,
Uh-huh.
my arm's a wee bit sore, I broke my arm, and just Jimmy Savile jumps in, not even like jumps in the window and then just starts diddling.
yeah, and then the sleeves again.
Yeah, goes out the window again. I'd be like, I don't think that happened. I'm like, that didn't happen.
You'd be like, was this morphine too hard?
Just
for me
being
to
on,
do
like, lads, see at 2 a.m. last night, did Jimmy Savile come through that window?
She was like, he didn't just fucking come through a window. He came in my hoop.
Jesus Christ.
Dirty bastard.
Tim McGarry's in the fucking ward again, is he?
I mean, that would be fun. I would love it even more if I was just
Jim will fix it, Jim will fuck it.
if I was, imagine, I would love nothing more to be overnight stay in hospital and you just see someone clamber in the window and it's Tim. I couldn't get in visiting ours, Dave, so I just came in to say
There's
hello.
bills.
I know. You got a wee thing. That'd be Tim, I'm on the 7th floor. You're telling me.
Cal's behind him with a big ladder. Oh, Berto!
I loved him. That
I
was
loved him so much.
weird.
But the Jimmy Savile thing, he was working as an ambulance driver at the weekends. And no one questioned why. It was so he could fuck bodies. He would just go in the morgues. And the people who worked there were like, why is he in there? And the head would be like, you don't question.
But that's another thing too. Like, he got away with so much by just being like, I'm Jimmy Savile. You know, it's like, but it would be so weird to go, why? Like, yeah, why is, like, who's the, like, no, this is not a nonce thing, because obviously Jimmy Savile has only been outed as a nonce after death. So, like, who would be the Jimmy Savile now? It's not a nonce. That people would be like, oh, he's like our Jimmy. Like, the first name I can think of is Vernon Kay, like a well-known, you know, TV presenter. The people are like, oh, he's a great lad. You know, it would be like him dying and be like, fucking Vernon was at it.
Vernon isn't as ubiquitous. He does, you know, your Sunday, like Saturday night stuff. Jimmy Savile was daytime TV, morning TV.
Like Antoine Deck,
kids
then?
TV. It could be like Anton Deck a little bit.
Yeah.
I suppose Anton Deck would be the closest.
Yeah.
What's your name? Stephen Mulhern?
Yeah.
Him
Oh, I
as
love
well.
Stephen Mulhern.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
great.
guy I dislike for no reason.
Yeah, but because he does magic, and I know you don't trust magicians.
I don't like anyone who needs
That
to learn
fucking
magic.
mark you.
Have you ever seen Butler try to show me magic? I get really angry. I'm like, you start doing magic tricks, I'm gonna hit you. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't like magic.
I mean,
I don't like not knowing.
do you think there are any people out there now that are like living their lives as secret nonces? They're like nonces and then they'll
I thought I
die.
say secret magicians.
See, I mean, what? But
Any magician nonsense.
I mean,
Paul
sure.
Daniels.
No, Paul Daniels. He's R.I.P. Just the top shagger. I think he just liked, putting it about. Where's my dick? Oh, it's in you. What about that one? You're like, oh fuck, I was in and out before I even knew. Actually, don't fucking worry about it.
I was gonna say the guy from the Crankies, but he just like shagging small people.
Yeah, but I think it's more hidden, isn't it? Like people like you'd be like, oh, he's a nonce, wouldn't you? Who are you? I was Poe in the Teletubbies.
Do you know what? I don't even think it would be hidden because the people who are the most prolific, like nonces and weirdos, it doesn't shock you when you find out. Like the lead creative guy of Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
For years, I never believed he was a creep because I was like, you can't look that creepy and work with kids.
It's a Nickelodeon guy, creep looker. What's
Dan Schneider.
Nickelodeon paedophile? What I find?
Yeah,
Dan Schneider.
and it's one of those like he's so creepy looking. He works with kids. I'm like, there's no way you'd be a pedo and have that job. But then of course it makes sense. That
He
does.
looks like that comedian that keeps fucking torturing me, asking for spots aggressively.
Let me see.
Is that him?
I know what you mean.
But is he the nonce guy? Is
He's
he?
a creepy guy. Yeah, he had a food fetish.
A food fetish. I can tell. Fat
food.
bastard. Oh, food. Sorry. Oops, I shouldn't be fat shaming anyone. But
There's loads of clips of like girls on like little like stars in Nickelodeon shows when they're like 14, 15 with their feet to the camera.
because he loves it.
And he loves feet. And the logo of Nickelodeon. Look up the logo of Nickelodeon circa 2007.
It was a foot, wasn't it?
It was a foot.
Yeah, I remember that myself.
There's even, I'll see if I can find it. There's a scene in Zoe 101, which, by the way, top show, if you ever watched it. There's so many, like, just creepy shots where it's like, where was the need for that?
Yeah, he loves feet. Nickelodeon foot fetish proven. I mean, that's one thing I don't get, is a foot fetish. Do you like
Not
feet?
into
or
feet, man. Not into feet.
Do you have anything you would consider to be a fetish?
Yeah, like fucking people. That's
You know me.
I have a fetish.
I'm a gay man.
Let me see.
What other answer is there?
Oh, wrong.
I think they're looking.
For fuck's sake.
Shane Todd just sent me a DM there mocking the fact that I was sad that Paul Grady died. He's just sent me.
Are you really upset about it?
Yeah, he's a great guy. He loves dogs, but you know what? I am a man who I love animals and I love family and stuff. And Shane is a narcissistic, evil person, and he mocks the death of
You
nice
put
people.
Shane in such a negative light. He's not as evil as you say.
Hey, listen, he is. He's proven it.
Let me see. Okay, I can't find it. There's a shot where the main character Zoe is eating like a froob,
Yeah.
and the froob explodes, and the camera goes from the entire cast to just her face as the yogurt hits her face.
And he enjoys that, does he?
Well, I mean, he's just he's just made a cum shot in a Nickelodeon show. Like the yogurt like splashes over her face, and she's like, "Oh."
That's another thing. See, cum shots. Why don't the people not just be like, oh well, there it is?
What?
Why I was like,
I have never seen anyone do that in my life.
why don't they just go, oh gosh, what's this? What's it like? Give me a wipe over.
Most people who come to the face do it are like, I know you want to do this, so I'll just be like, thank you.
Yeah, but is that what you do then? When have you delivered that?
I've never on purpose, but I have done it. Have you ever done it?
Nope.
Never.
Not intentionally.
I think
no.
my generation's generally just raised on.
Yeah, I think
we do
so.
Weird shit.
My generation was raised on the Channel 5 movie, a bit of softcore on a Friday evening.
Aye. So you have to become an undercover policeman before you fuck anyone.
Emmanuel was the series that was on. Like,
What's Emmanuel?
anyone my age will know what Emmanuel
Out of
is. It
Iowa.
was like an erotic series of films that were made. And you know what a cracking film was? Species. That was always a cheeky one. Where you get like Natasha Henstridge in her pump. What a beautiful woman. And she was never a naked sex alien.
See, I think I prefer that. I like to
Yeah.
know the character.
Yeah, well, hers was. Here's the thing: have you ever been so horny? This is bringing it back to Armin Myers again. Nearly. Have you ever been so horny that you would let somebody kill you?
No.
Like, no, but I mean, if she was like the most beautiful woman you ever seen in her life, you're like, you'll die.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
No.
Natasha Henstridge in Species, I think you would be like, kill me now.
Got the dove. Get the garlic. Fried with the powder.
Here's the thing, garlic, right? There's never a definitive amount of garlic. Like, it always tells you in recipes, put 1 clove in, you put 4 in.
How do you go from getting your cock eaten and being fucked to death and then just going, guys, here's the thing about garlic?
Yeah. This is where you go in the podcast. Yeah. Sometimes you segue, you know what I mean? Because that's the thing, I'm big into, like, I love cooking. I love the
You look at me like you'd
food.
own a Segway.
Yeah, I look. You know why? You know why I said that? Because I fucking look like Paul Blart. That's why I look like Paul Blart. And you're like, fuck, Paul Blart's got a Segway. I know Dave's got a Segway as well.
I can see you in a wee Segway walking your dog.
I mean, I'd be along the X-Men. I'd be Paul Blart. Paul Blart Ballcock. That doesn't even work.
What?
What even is a ballcock? Paul Blart Ballcock.
Do get a Segway. I want to see you in a Segway.
And I'll use it to come and go off stage at gigs. I need a ramp on the stage. Why?
You do the whole gig just on it. Doing crowd work. Fuck up, mate.
That'll be a lot of fun. Right. We have a lot of questions today. We need to get through them. But yeah, I think people need to give Shane Todd hate for mocking the death of Paul O'Grady. Very hurtful. Very hurtful. Well, if you did, you'd be a necrophile now, wouldn't you?
No.
Yeah,
would I?
Because you fuck Paul O'Grady, who's
Is it only if they're cold you're a necrophile?
No, if they're no longer have life.
How did he die?
Well, they said unexpectedly and peacefully. So I assume in his sleep.
I know how I want to die. I think I've told you this before.
No.
After
Natasha Henstridge from the Species
series.
After
just a big meal. Did you ever eat a meal and you're like, I need to sleep this off? So I have a big Chinese. Really big Chinese, and I gotta go sleep this off, and I don't wake up.
Do you also know Natasha Henstridge died?
I know who she is.
Oh, not died. She didn't die. She was married to, the guy from Popeye who died that I really like, Darius.
No, didn't know that.
Yeah, she was married to him for a bit there, so that's her in the movie Species.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty lady, isn't she?
Yeah, I'll look that up.
Yeah, so she's a really good looking lady.
I thought you were looking up questions.
No, so she turns into that alien and it's like, listen here, the only thing that we need now is to have sex. And then the guys would be like, oh, all right, because it'd be guys like me, you know what I mean? She'd be like, oh, and then he's like, oh, right, okay, and then she kills him to stay alive. Come on, use my body to keep you alive. Right, what was it looking up? Questions. First question is from John Joe.
Okay, John Joe, hit me with it.
Bonds talk. Where's your head at now with Ulster Hall on the horizon? I'm
very nervous. I'm excited and I'm nervous. I'm worried about sales. I'm also worried about the show. I'm not really. I'm excited. Mm-hmm. I feel
anxious is a good word because you're not you're looking forward to it. I assume it's a lot. It is exciting time.
And I was gonna say I'm funny. I'm terrible on podcasts. My stand-up's great.
Yeah, but you know what?
Podcasts, I'm weird on.
You know what? But fantastic. Listen, our podcast together was great, but just no one listened to it. So this has been a fun episode. I think people enjoy this because it's silly.
Think one thing I'm weird on podcasts is I noticed I am way younger than everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't look it anymore, at least. That's
thanks, mate. But I've aged dramatically in the past year. But I'll shave the beard and I look young again.
That's the funny thing. I think since it's like we filmed the Blap and you shaved your beard, you've just grown back like exponentially.
Yeah. And it's because I'm carrying a bit of weight. I always go with the longer beard. When I lose it,
yeah.
I go with a really shaven beard.
See, I just like the longer beard because I think it elongates my fat head more.
But I find when I do podcasts with people, I'm weirdly more comfortable when I do them with McCartney, McKegney and McCann. Because we are the same sort of age.
McCann's like 30 now. He's no bastard.
28.
What? McCain?
McCain.
John McCain.
John McCain's
McCartney's in his 30s. He's an old guy too now.
But he's young and hard.
Which is what you want to watch out for because that's what nonces
are. I suppose McCartney's older. McKegney and McCann, and Jory, I feel there's more. I'm more comfortable around them. And also I grew up watching you guys, so I'm always nervous on these. Do you know what I mean? It's still a nervous thing for me.
Okay.
So I grew up watching you guys. But my stand-up, David.
Yeah, no, you're very good.
It's very good. It's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Very sexy.
Alex Bell. I nearly said Alex Ball there. I'm just bollocks and dicks in the head. Oh well. When it comes to getting a wrong order, or poor food, or poor service, are you likely to call it out and complain, or do you let it slide?
No,
despite being disappointed with something
I let
you've
it
got.
slide every time.
You know what? I think there comes a point in your life where maybe you become like, I don't know, a husband, or mainly a husband. I think it's a thing where your wife's like, are you gonna fucking just let that happen? And you're like, fuck's sake, I'm gonna have to complain now, aren't
See,
I?
I politely complain. Kieran calls me Maddington Bear. I'm like an aggressive Paddington. I'm like, excuse me,
Yeah.
that's not really what I asked for. It has to be a real bad fuck up. I can't complain.
You know what? I'm at the point of now about to complain because there's a gig I did I've not been paid for, so I'm about to kick off about that. But I've been very calm about that because I did it a month ago and should have been paid already. I've paid all the acts myself with my personal money, but will not.
So I good know
go
you're
there.
not thinking about it.
No, it's fine. But in terms of
Termpus.
like, I went to a place which I'll name because it's been bought over, the Salty Dog in Bangor. I went there, and this was probably about a year ago, and they had some kind of like open bap steakette thing, and it was like, it looked really nice. So they had a fucking steak, onions, cheese. It looked really nice. I was delivered a belt, just a fucking sliver of overcooked meat, and I was like, you know what? I'm not having this. And that was the first time because normally I would have just ate it, but it hurt my teeth, and I went, you know what? I've come here for a dinner away from my kids. I want to have a nice experience. Fuck you, I says to the waitress. Fuck you and fuck the chef. No, I didn't. I just said, this is disgusting. I can't eat it.
Really?
Yeah, and
And what did they do?
They're like, oh really? What's wrong? I was like, I lifted the strip of meat, and it was like, you know, it's like I asked for it.
So what you
medium
lift
rare.
strip of meat, man?
Yeah, I was like, what do you want me to do? But I was like, yeah, it's thinking. Now, what another move that I sometimes do is I went to a place like, no, so I haven't been back to Salty Dog after that. It's been rebought. It's now being known as the Nines, and it's opening on Monday, and I'm going to give it a chance.
Okay.
Give it a chance. And in terms of Salty Dog, listen, there's some good memories there, but you fucked it. So we're going to go now to Tuk Tuk in Bangor, which is my favourite Asian cuisine.
Okay.
It's delicious. They do Thai. It's Thai, sort of Thai Malaysian, real nice. I went in and I ordered a pad Thai, a mixed pad Thai once. And I love pad Thai. It's a straightforward meal, you know, whatever. If you don't want to mix it up too much, you have something simple, and it can be spicy. And I said, can I please not have it spicy? And the person must have went, he wants it spicy. So, and when you know, have you seen me with spice before? Don't cope well. So I was just sweating everywhere, and I had maybe about a quarter of it eaten. I was like, actually, can I ask for this with no spice? As I'm just like sweat on them, I asked for this for no spice, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll just we'll take it away and bring you a new one. So they went away actually to see what they could do first, and I had like another 4 spoonfuls because it was delicious, just too spicy, and I was like, blah, blah, blah.
You can't be like, sorry, I can't
Yeah.
eat this, and then they turn around and you're just
I know.
eating it.
But then they brought me a new one because it's so delicious,
Right.
you know. So big shout out to Tuk Tuk, delicious.
And it was good the second time.
It was always good, but they put like, you know, just literal chilies, and they just put a load of chilies
But see,
on
I
it.
like that.
You would love it, but Tuk Tuk is fantastic. I'm going there on
I love
Saturday.
Thai food. Thai food's great. McCann always, when we're together, he takes me for pho.
Yeah, pho.
Pho?
Yeah,
Pho? Isn't that
Yeah,
like the
because-
soup
yeah.
with noodles? It's just... It's,
McCann, who do you think you are? Just eat stew. That's what's meant for you.
Stew's
Stick to it.
rotten with.
But that's where he's from. That's his heritage. Who's he trying to be?
He's from Stewland.
Yep, which is what you call Tyrone. Stewland. Yeah.
Thought that was Israel.
So yeah, I would complain now, but here's the thing. Genuinely, I don't believe that you should be rude to people. I just think if you cannot be rude, don't be rude. So I'll be like, listen, this tastes like a fucking cow's cocks, and you fuck.
I mean, I
just
will
be
just say
like,
in
no,
this
it's not
podcast now, I hate the stews.
You hate stew? Oh, what do you mean, people
I
from
hate
Tyrone?
the stews.
Or the actual stews?
Stew.
I love a good stew now, I must admit.
Just don't like the stews, man. Think
Uh-huh.
on you.
Yeah. Weird.
What, that question was weird, or me hating stew was weird?
You hating stews weird? No, but somebody who has asked the question has just obviously deleted their Instagram account because it's coming up as Instagram user. Very weird.
Weird.
So let's see. Next question. Stephen wants to know, when's the Are You Ready podcast coming back? And there was another one
It isn't,
from Dominic
sadly.
saying, lads, I want to say this, I truly miss Are You Ready? If you had to give each other a gimmick, firstly, what name would you give the other person? Secondly, what outfit would they wear? Also, Davey, not to flirt with you or anything, babe, but your hair was looking well in the Copeland Distillery photos. I don't think it's time to shave it yet. Oh, it's kind. It's kind.
He's lying to you.
I know he's lying to me, but I appreciate it.
I would give you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's how I would say it. You come into my organisation, my territory. I see you as an enemy, so I'm going to Dusty Rhodes you when he came to WWE. I'm going to embarrass you.
Put me in the polka dots.
You're going to be Davey the baby. You're going to come out in a big nappy and a big bottle.
Basically what a War Chains fucking SLY
Yes.
show a few years back, yeah.
You're going to be Dave the baby.
Yeah.
And that's your gimmick, is you're just a big man baby.
You're going to be called, just keeping with theme today, you're going to be called German Hering, and you're going to be dressed like a Nazi slut. And you're just, your move is like...
I show up to the arena and like, how did you know what the gimmick was? I'm like,
Yeah.
let's dress like this.
Like,
Assless chops and SS band.
German Hering. That's what your wrestling name's going to be. And you be in, what's that group called that's really serious in German?
Imperium.
Imperium, yeah, you're going to be in them.
Gunther.
And in fact, the
Shop him,
rebranded,
Gunther.
they're rebranding themselves Imperium Leather, like the soap. That's gonna be, and that's your move. You just soap people up when they lose. Just rub them up with the bar of Imperial Leather.
I don't actually wrestle. I'm just a manager on the side who freaks people out.
Yeah, German Hering. Yeah,
Like during the middle of the match, I'm just like whipping my back and shit.
you would do that, wouldn't you? You like you strike me as kind of guy that likes a wee bit of whipping about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a wee bit of whipping about. Daniel wants to know: do you get your wheelie bins cleaned? I don't know whether that's a euphemism or literally.
I don't deal with the bins in my house. It's not my job. So
Oh, it is my job, and no, I haven't actually done it, but I'm open to it.
yeah,
You know, because I don't like a smelly bin. Don't like smelly anything really.
bins are something you need to keep on top of. Saying I lived in a student house, I got in like a passive aggressive argument by taking out the bins.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up not like no one was taking them out, and we ended up getting loads of flies. It was horrendous.
And they're stinking wee bastard flies too.
Oh, they're a nightmare.
Jack Love, which sounds like a porn star, and I respect that a lot, has said, "Hey, Papa Bear and Silly Billy." I like that. I like
It's
that
our
name.
kids' TV
Yeah,
show.
Papa Bear and Silly Billy. Yeah. What's the best post gig munch?
It is hard to beat a McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm not eating McDonald's this year, which is sly, but
No, I need to stop. This is where my weight gain comes from, is post-gig munches.
yeah. What's your order?
A quarter pounder with just cheese, large.
So like large chippies, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Coke Zero.
Yeah. I mean, go full fat if you want to look in the bulk, like.
No, I prefer Coke Zero.
Okay.
And a McFlurry. If they have a cream egg one, but they don't always have
Yeah.
it.
Nice. And would you ever mix it up with anything else, or is that just
Sometimes
get?
nuggets get thrown into the equation, but with some sweet curry sauce, that's very important.
Nice.
It's the only sauce I like.
Paul curry sauce. Shout out to Paul Curry.
Yeah, you have to eat the McDonald's with some panda hands.
Yeah.
What's your McDonald's order?
I would like. What are we talking? Like a regular? Because for me, this might be a bit. I prefer the breakfast. than
I
anything else.
hate McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah, I
It is
love it.
rotten.
Love it. But if I'm going regular, like a usual, I'd probably go Big Mac meal.
Right?
Probably get 3 chicken selects on the
Okay.
side, like those babies. If Catherine's there with me, I'll get some cheese bits as well, and we'll split those, and she can have it, whatever. And then I would have a chocolate milkshake and the chippies. That'd be it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I mean, I would sometimes have a McFlurry,
I'll say
but all
this
at
then,
once too
Burger
much.
King shits on McDonald's.
In what way? Just overall?
Way nicer if you get
See,
the...
I like the chocolate milkshake, you see, which they don't deliver.
See, I don't like a chocolate
No.
milkshake.
See,
But they
that's
do
the
a
only
bacon
downside.
double cheese XL,
Oh, that is tasty, isn't it?
and you get extra cheese on it.
And it's more meat.
Oh, it's massive.
Mm-hmm.
It tends
is
to be
nice.
better quality. I just like it.
Let me ask you a question. Kentucky, what's your thoughts on it?
What has happened to it? It used to be great, and Kentucky Fried Chicken's awful now.
But a serious question, how is it always still open? They never seem busy.
That's
Ever.
good.
Catherine thinks that they're a laundering business for the paramilitaries.
They're busy in England.
Uh-huh.
Every time it's probably the busiest thing I'll go into in England is a KFC.
Yeah.
But here, yeah, I don't know. They've went to shit. There's not a nice KFC in this country.
Here, just speaking of, I just briefly mentioned paramilitaries here. Speaking of, see North Down guys knock it in the head. Stop it.
Are they being pulled?
There's a feud going on in North Down and it's causing me anxiety.
I read about the UDA and the IRA like merging paramilitaries. What's that?
What would they
about?
be known as? The IRUDA? I don't know.
That's the IRUDA.
The IRUDA? I don't know.
I've read things about mergers. I don't know.
You know what? They're if that's the case, then that is an example that it's now organised crime and not just.
Yeah, it's
the
not
boys.
religious anymore.
Yeah,
It's essentially.
but it
just
seems
crime.
to be the case, isn't it? Because didn't they say that whenever there was a hit done on that police officer that there was involvement on both sides? So it's
that's
a scary development.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Scary development. Claire says this is quite nice to change the tone. Not a question really, but can you tell Willie the joke about macaroons in a Scottish accent? It's literally our favourite joke. He did it in Boytown and we laugh so hard about it every time we think about it. Right, I'll tell you this joke. Right, a Glaswegian man walks into a bakery.
Okay.
And walks up to the baker and points to the food and he goes, "Alright mate, is that macaroon or a meringue?" And he goes, "Oh no, it's macaroon."
You're not wrong. Yeah. yeah, I know that joke.
Yeah.
It's a good joke.
It's a lot of fun.
I used to read Or Willie as a kid. I'm fluent in Scottish.
You used to read what?
Or Willie.
Oral Willie?
Or Willie.
What's Or Willie?
We comic strip. Or Willie and the Bruins.
No, but I like
so I
like
can
it.
speak. That's how I know Scottish slang. I used to read those comics.
Oh no.
Patty Neeps.
Chris Reesey, is you who have you had your phone stolen by Shane Todd? I wonder how long the Paul O'Grady jokes will drag on for. Shut up, Chris.
Fuck, that was Lily Savage, that.
You all need to stop. Everyone needs to stop mocking Paul O'Grady. Paul O'Grady was one of the...
He's barely in his polo gravy, for fuck's sake.
Paul O'Grady was one of the only people who gave me a chance when I started off, and everyone else can fuck off.
The fuck do you mean?
What? He supported me. He liked what I did. And we
When
bonded
did you
over
meet
dogs.
Paul O'Grady?
He was one of the first people to ever help me with anything, comedy.
What are you talking? What?
Yeah. So everyone needs to
Tell
fuck
the
off.
story about that.
No, it's personal.
You're making that up.
No.
You don't know Paul O'Grady?
Well, not anymore.
No, but you didn't.
You did.
No, you didn't.
Liverpool,
Then
yeah.
tell me how.
Met him in Croxteth, actually.
Right?
Whenever I was over doing a gig in Birkenhead.
Okay.
And Paul O'Grady was there
Right.
as one of the judges in just a contest. It was for like an event called Birkenhead Has Talent
Right.
in about probably 2014.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "Don't give up on what you're doing, mate. You're really good." And then he's like, "You like dogs?" And I went, "Oh," and he goes, "I like dogs too." And I said, "Thanks." He goes, "Be sure to look me up whenever you're hitting the big time." And I went, "I will, Paul. Now I don't have that opportunity." So,
And where'd you come in the contest?
pardon? Oh, I didn't do too well, but there was other, like, it was more of a variety show than stand up. So
Stand up never works in that. You need to be like the cheesiest.
You know who
you
actually
need to be
won?
a one-liner comic.
You know who fucking won? A magician.
Stephen Mulhern.
No, Steve Mulhern was already like killing it by that stage.
Oh yeah, he was like
Dick and Dom, there are a couple of guys that have controversial names.
I mean, yeah, they were on kids TV called Dick and Dom,
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's a bit.
and they were all about bogies. Whatever
Yeah.
happened to Dick and Dom?
They're still kicking about. Dick and Dom are still. No, Dick. No, Dom is the black haired one, isn't he? And Dick's the other one. Well, Dom has a pretty popular Instagram account about like upgrading his house, like renovating his house.
Right.
So he's doing a lot of himself, and Dick's not really helping him, I don't think.
Okay.
Dom,
What's
yeah.
Dick doing?
Dick's still just dicking about.
What's the Dick doing?
Dick's missus does something interesting. Dick's missus an actress maybe.
I'm gonna take your phone off.
Angelina Jolie. Let me see. Dick's missus. Dick's wife twice. Andy Dick. No, not Andy Dick. Dick and Dom. Dick's Dom. Dick and Dom. Bogies is the first thing that they type in. Dick and Dom.
Bogies.
Dick and Dom in that bungalow.
You ever watched Dick and Dom in the bungalow?
Not in da bungalow, but in on TV, but not in da bungalow. In da bungalow.
That was the show. It was in the bungalow.
It's not Dick and it's actually on Twitter Dick and Dom. Like
Dick
N.
and Dom.
Dick and Dom. Dick and Dom Wikipedia. Just give me Dick and Dom, would you? Richard Dick McCourt. Why does it sound like a paramilitary? When you say someone's full name, Dominic Dom Wood doesn't sound too bad, but Dom Wood. And Dick McCourt. I'll Dick McCourt. Let's see what Dick McCourt. He's one half of Dick and Dom. And his other
no.
brother's TV presenter James McCourt.
Never heard of him.
No, he's a royal expert. You should know actually,
Why?
because you're a staunch Protestant.
I'm not a royalist.
He is married to Katrina. No, he's in a long-term relationship with Katrina Bryan, who is a CBBC presenter. So she's not that well known.
This was not worth
There you
the
go.
rabbit hole.
No. But you know what? Fair play to Dick and Dom and Katrina and whoever the fuck else they're married to. Hope they're not nonces. Guys, thanks very much for listening or watching to this
That's what we're
episode
ending
of the
this on.
podcast.
You going, oh, actually, that wasn't interesting. Goodbye.
Nah. We've done over an hour. I have to go home, get the kids, and you have to go and
Just do what I do.
do whatever you do. I do what I do, baby.
Do what I do. Let's get ready for Glasgow in the morning.
Nice. Who you going there with? Yourself?
Myself, doing the Glasgow Comedy Festival.
Very nice. You can do a wee macaroon joke, mate.
Aye.
Be a lot of fun. Is there anyone over there you're connecting with?
No,
No?
I'm just doing my solos. Robbie McShane's over there, so I'll see him.
Very Scottish name, that, isn't it?
Robbie McShane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robbie
And then you meet
McShane.
him and he's the least Scottish dude ever.
Yeah. And what's Robbie doing over there, is
He
he?
lives there now.
Oh, what's he doing?
His job.
Which is
Something to do with finance.
arson about.
He does do something. He opened for Fern Brady, I think, in the King's Theatre recently.
Oh.
It's good
Well.
for him. I think he's doing Edinburgh as well.
Mm-hmm. That's good. No, he did well. A couple of alumni of the New Comedy Awards there too. Finalists, a couple of years. Both finalists.
Yes, the two of us.
Proud of you boys, well done.
I was annoyed he didn't win.
Why?
Dan Tiernan's great, to be fair, he did win. But I feel like the
Was that the one you were slabbering about?
No,
Mm-hmm.
no. I like Dan Tiernan. Lovely fella.
Not too much though.
No, I've never said a bad word about him.
I've
Stop
never
trying
heard
to star. You also don't
never
know
heard a
Paul
good
O'Grady.
one. Well, I mean, well, here's the thing.
From Chortle.
Who did?
Come
Come around onto the mic and tell us what you think about Chortle, mate.
Sorry, I was getting very comfortable.
Yeah.
He did a review. He got a review doing the New Comedy Awards.
Do you know
and the very
who
last
it was
thing.
that reviewed them?
Yeah, Steve Bennett.
Stephen Bennett.
Yeah.
Steve Bennett. Who's Steve Bennett when he's at home?
I assume a raging cunt.
I don't know a lot about him. However, I've seen a few things he's written, and you know what my first thought is? Sounds like a prick.
But I've seen things he enjoys, and I'm like,
What does he enjoy?
Weird
Unfunny
shit,
stuff.
Weird. Do you know that he kind of goes like, what was very original? No one's done that before. And you're like, do you know why? Because
Good
it's
shit.
balls.
Yeah.
Big fan of character comedy.
You know what I'm
Which
a big
I'm
fan
not.
of? Him minding his own business. You know what really annoyed me about him? See when he said what he said about you, I don't think I've ever been more annoyed about anything in my life.
People were more annoyed than I was.
Yeah, because you know what? He should have actually been cancelled for that. Like, people should have been like, who the fuck do you think you are?
A few people were, but I didn't really make a deal out of it. I could have, but I didn't.
But you know
I
what?
was more just annoyed that I was like, you literally had nothing bad to say about the set because it was a great set.
But he didn't. But there was,
you
the
just
fact
said
that he
nothing?
didn't comment on the set.
That's what I mean. And do you know why? Because it was a good set and he doesn't like me.
Yeah, it was
So he
like
couldn't say anything about it.
it was a little something along the lines of, wasn't it? Hold on, let me remember. It was he basically said, "William's not disabled enough for my liking. Do more, dance monkey dance."
Basically, yeah. But I get that a lot. In England, I get that more than anything
Yeah.
from other comics and stuff. They'll be like, but you don't actually have it. And I'm like, no, but I do.
Yeah, but you know what's very you don't usually need to say back that if they say to you, "Oh, you're not really that disabled," and it's like, "Well, you're actually more of a cunt than I thought you were," so it balances out.
You're also not that funny.
Yeah.
No, but fuck it. Yeah, I'll get England's the place I get that the most.
You know what you
'Cause
should do? Do you remember when Logan Paul came to SummerSlam or WWE and he entered the ring wearing a Charizard fucking Pokemon card? You should get your blue badge in one of those and be like,
How good is he, by the way?
Logan Paul at wrestling? 2.
Did you see him in the Rumble? Like,
2.
He did the off the ropes and the
Yeah.
Ricochet.
2.
Too good.
Too good.
He's annoyingly good.
But you know what? What was funny, and I know you don't like the shit on this guy because he's your favourite. CM Punk doing the buckshot and dropping to his knee.
Shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done it.
But I mean, no one's done it as well as Logan Paul.
No, he's better than fucking Hangman Page at doing it.
Yeah.
I love it. I still.
But I don't understand why anyone does that move. It doesn't
Doesn't
add
make
anything
sense
to the
to me.
move.
Doesn't make
Like,
sense.
unless you hit them mid-air.
It's like jumping off the top rope and then punching someone.
Did you see that guy on AEW that fought Kenny Omega, Vikingo?
Class.
What's he doing?
I love that.
It's wild.
Brilliant.
It was no.
Did the
But,
fucking 450 springboard outside the ring through a table.
but why is he super crazy? He just dressed the same as him and all. He's just a normal. He looks like the kind of guy that would do delivery for fucking Boojum. You know what I mean? He was dressed in the fuck. I was like, what's he dressed
I
like?
don't love Kenny Omega. I loved that match.
I like Kenny Omega.
Really?
Yeah, he's good.
It's not for me.
I like
He's
it when he
not
does
bad,
that
it's
weird
not for me.
talking. No, what is it you don't like about him? Because a lot of people will be like, that guy, that old guy that writes all the reviews, Dave Meltzer, he's like too, he'd be like, what?
Spotfest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought Vikingo match was Spotfest, was it not?
It was good though. I liked it.
Oh, speaking of, like, you know what? We'll talk for another couple of minutes, because fuck it. WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you excited about that?
Yeah, I'm very
See, if
excited.
we were doing Are You Ready, we would have watched it. We would have watched WrestleMania and made content, but you just don't want it.
Yeah, I got the new WWE game. We could have played that together.
That would have been a lot of fun. What's the matches that you're excited about and what do you think will happen?
Zayn Owens.
Mm-hmm. Fighting the Usos.
Yeah.
Do you think they win?
No, I think Zayn Owens win.
That's what I mean.
Oh, I thought you meant the
Yeah.
Leo. Yeah.
So do you think Cody beats Roman Reigns?
I do.
Yeah.
Here's a little thing I
Uh-huh.
think might happen. The Rock either interferes during the match
With
or after,
Roman Reigns. Imagine that
and
was.
sets up next year with Roman.
Mm-hmm.
I think that happens.
What's in Hollywood, isn't it? And The Rock lives there. Oh,
I think that happens.
okay.
I think they realise they can't have The Rock versus Roman because they can't put the title on Rock,
Yeah.
and they can't also end that streak with someone who's not going to be there full time, because then
Yeah.
you fed your roster to a guy who gets beat by someone who doesn't work there full time.
Yeah.
But if they do it with no title attached, Rock Roman,
But do you think they'll ever split the titles? Do you think Cody will win it? And
Yeah,
be,
yeah,
do you
yeah.
think, but he will win it and be like, oh, I only wanted this WWE title.
Yeah.
I'll relinquish the other one.
there's plans to do that.
Yeah. And
Who
then,
else is there?
I mean, the big one, Omos and Brock
Omos, and
Lesnar.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I love Omos.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Royal Rumble where he's just at the side of the ring, just picking people out? Like he
Yeah.
wasn't in the match, but he's just reaching in like Mr.
Yeah.
Tickle and just like throwing them out.
Yeah. And what do you think about the best wrestler in the world right now, Dom Mysterio?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
They've built that so well.
Oh yeah.
You hear the pop when Ray hit him?
Yeah. It was great.
Outstanding.
But everyone hated Dom Mysterio when he was with Ray, but seeing Judgment Day works well.
he's a cunt though. He's a great cunt.
Yeah. Edge and Finn Balor might be a show,
Couldn't care less.
but it might steal a show. It'll be a great fight.
Hell, I feel bad for Edge because he came
Yeah.
back and then the pandemic happened,
Yeah.
and you kind of.
I feel like no one really cares about him anymore,
I agree.
which is sad.
Doesn't really do anything interesting.
You
And I
know,
love Edge, but
He needs to start doing live sex shows again. That's the only way to get it back.
his matches are good too. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know what it is.
What happened to Bray Wyatt?
What the fuck is that?
But hey, didn't I say it on clip it up?
You did. You
on
did.
Are You Ready? I said, like, I just think they don't ever know what to do with him. He always does a lot of stuff with no point.
But everyone would blame Vince.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore.
No. But it's clearly Uncle Foster or whatever he's called. What's he called?
Michael Foster.
No.
Uncle Hardy.
Howdy, yeah.
He
Uncle
looks like
Foster.
old Greg from fucking.
Yeah, but that's clearly Bo Dallas, and when are they going to unveil that? You know?
Yeah, they never reveal. Like, this is the thing. He just
Yeah.
shows up with characters and just expects you to fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
And he doesn't wrestle either. He just
No.
does these promos that don't make sense.
No.
I've went off him since he came back. I
Yeah.
think he's leaving.
Yeah, I think he's leaving again.
Because
Because he's supposed to be fighting Lashley, wasn't he? Who's
Yeah.
going to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, you'd imagine?
which who gives a shit about
Yeah,
that?
it's on SmackDown on Friday too, which is sly.
Oh, that is sly.
You know what they should do? They should bring back the Money in the Bank, put it at WrestleMania. It's better
It's
than
good pay per view though.
yeah, but it doesn't have the same.
I hate the way they've had this now that there's like every time they've Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank, it's like we'll have to have the women's one too.
Yeah,
I'm like, either do it rotating years or do it at different
but you know what? I
times.
don't like the fact that like Becky Lynch and Lita and all are fighting.
I like that. I like Lita.
No, Trish Stratus. So
Oh, she's back as well,
yeah,
isn't
she's
she?
in it. I think Rhea Ripley.
Do you remember
will
her
win.
original theme? Not the it's time to rock and roll.
It was like din 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 little din din
It was like din 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 din.
No,
Bam bam bam. Bam bam. And the like her in Titantron was her on the beach and shit.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
bring up this theme. You'll know
very
this
sexy.
theme.
Because I remember the TNA song, which was a great. It was known as Test and Albert, but obviously Vince enjoyed it because it was tits and ass, which is classic Vince.
Tits and ass.
Test and Albert theme because it's a great. I think it sounds like the 5-minute free view on Television X. Let's see if I've got it here.
See, I can't get any signal here. Bam bam.
Yeah. Welcome to Television X Free View. You want to see some dirty bitches in your area? You need to tune in for 5 minutes.
Check out Lolly Bangkok does the US.
Johnny Marino's in every hole in Texas.
All these dirty sluts ready for
5
you.
minutes.
Look up the original Trish Stratus theme if you can get it.
Original Trish. Was I does it have memories for you?
I remember because I used to play the Just Bring It and they would bring up their Titantron at the start of the entrance and hers were just her and a bikini and then when you're like 5 you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, but then also your mum would come in at that point. Whiplash, is that what it's called, do you think?
Might be.
Let's hear. Oh no, it's an advert.
What? She came out to the ring to that. Do you
Introducing.
know about your mortgage?
Are you 35 plus? Do you need life insurance? Digga digga down and now.
I thought that was it. I was like, that's definitely not it
No.
either.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
That's some soft
I mean,
music.
can I also say, it does at the start of it sounds like Bray Wyatt's original theme, doesn't it? Like dum dum dum. Don't listen to it.
The little beats in the
Yeah.
background, yeah.
I mean, you know what? Trish Stratus She was one that I was like, I don't really fancy her at the start.
She's great.
Well, I know that now. Like,
She was brought in as eye candy though, and ended
Yeah.
up being just a great wrestler.
yeah, well, Vince, what he basically did was like find loads of hot babes and was like, yeah, get them in.
Yeah, fuck them all and then give them all to Johnny Ace. And then... But that's what happened. That's what happened.
Johnny Ace.
Johnny Ace. I hate
Robert
Johnny Ace.
Johnny Ace.
Hey, everybody. Do you want to suck my dick?
Who was he? Hey, everybody.
That's how he talked. He spoke like this.
Was he married to like one of the Bella sisters? Mate.
He was, yeah.
They divorced
Yeah, I think so.
because of his shagging.
Yeah, because he was a dirty wee bastard. There's rumours he'd read one of the sisters, too. Rumours.
I mean, if that opportunity consensually arose and you're Johnny Ace, you'd probably take
Which one
it.
you going for?
Oh, Nicky, of course.
Nicky?
Huh?
I go for Brie.
Well, that's the beauty of the world, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
different opinions.
different horses for different courses. Anyway, we've fucking talked far too long.
Yeah.
And I have to do an introduction and go and collect my kids. So thanks very much for coming.
Yes.
Your show, I'll put the ticket link in the bio of the video.
Thank
It'll not
you.
be out till Friday, so it'll be good.
4th of November, Ulster Hall.
2 days after my wedding anniversary, so hopefully I'll be there anyway and not have to be doing some wedding based
man,
stuff. We'll
thank
do
you.
it on the day. And yeah, looking forward to it. It'll
thank
sell
you for
well
having me.
and it'll be a great show and I'm excited about
Let's
it.
hope.
Up. The boys.
I'm as hated as I think I am. Let's find out.
Here, shut up. Auction that guy, Kiri, to do a raffle.
I'm the sly guy.